This love was heartfelt. It was. Oh God, sometimes I sound like an old lady. Oh, it must be, age, age. Okay. Getting my hair braided. Oh, it takes hours. You gotta comb it. You gotta add, say moisturizers. In the last one, I used honey, beeswax. Very effective, but you have to bind your hair, wrap it up, because it can get real messy. Uh, I will have to take a cloth with rubbing alcohol and rub it on my head and do it in a particular way, like rolling it this way, rolling it that way, so it can begin to twirl, right? And you gotta tie it at the root. So when the new hair grows, it grows like a string. It's very hard to condition the hair to grow that way. But they call it black people's hair. So we can do it and it'll be, we can manipulate its growth and its length, and of course the braids, I like gold and silver, like the sun and the moon. It makes it really nice. And people ask me, well, what happened to your older hair that you cut? I still have it. I still have it, and it's put away. I treat it with a lot of sacred, reverence. And I look at it from time to time. And I can read on it. I can read on my own hair, the one that I cut. And my God, the stuff I've been through, that hair records. And now I was going to take that hair and reattach it to the rest of my hair. And Spirit told me no. That was the old you with the traumas and curses and stuff that was thrown at you. This is your new hair, a new beginning, a new growth. And I said, okay. And I have to do it because you guys have seen me at my worst and in real terrible turmoil. And I cut my hair as an homage to God to allow things to get better. And things are getting much better. They really are. So this new hair will symbolize the new beginning and having survived the absolute worst of experiences. And another reason why I do it is because I want to show you, collector, that if I can do it and I can pass and overcome and persevere to shit, so can you. And you can reinvent yourself. And the hair, the new braided hair, is a symbol of that triumph of the human will. Yes, I love them hearts. Oh, that's a lot. That's like over 20 hearts. I love it. It gives me so much energy. It really does. I went to bed yesterday at 5:30 in the morning because I was doing emergency readings for many of you that are still under attack. Reading the Psalms and really being a priest, and praying for some of you, praying together, it was exhausting. But every single one of my subscribers that I spoke to last night is now doing okay. And some of them, they get so emotional because it's like, it happens right away. One said, Uncle Fernando, the minute you hung up the phone with me. Everything changed. Everything changed. I even got money that night. How do you do it? How do you do it? And I'm like, well, honestly, I'm not doing anything. The creator is. I appeal to the creator. And the creator goes, okay, don't worry about it. I get on my knees and I pray and sometimes cry unto him. Please help this person. This person that has nowhere to go. This person is a female. She's vulnerable. God, she's reaching out for help. Can you do something for me? And so tells me, don't worry about it. She'll be fine. Give it a few hours. She calls me back, almost in tears, like, you really are a witch. How do you do it? I'm telling you, you can't be a witch if you don't have God, backing you up. He's got to back you up. And if I have God backing me up, there isn't anything that any of you can ask for that you won't get. And right away, too, almost immediately. I know it scares a lot of you. It scares me too. Oh Lord. So yeah, so I've been up and I have a lot of energy. I really want to give you many downloads today, Saturday. I'm in the country. Deep country. There's nothing to do here. So I focus on my readings, you. Have a drink or two, and that's how the day go by. In the evening, I do my bubble bath, like around 7, 8. Go back to doing readings and talking to some of you who may want to talk to me about personal stuff based on the chart or based on prior readings, And I could do that all night until I go to sleep. It's a very Virgo, Hermit-like existence. But I like it. I like isolation and I like solitude. It's the downloads come much faster, stronger. There's no human distractions. I like being a Virgo. I like being the Hermit. I tell you, nothing is better than peace. That's what these monks, Tibetan monks, go to the Himalayas and go to these mountains and they isolate themselves and meditate, because the way to God is through isolation and silence. Oh, you know it is. Oh God. I'm so happy. My teeth are growing. See? The gap was huge. Now it's closing in. A miracle. God. Because I don't have, at the moment, the $18,000 to $23,000 to have it completely fixed. And this is how God compensates. The dentist, when I called him and I took him a picture, and he would say, it's amazing, those teeth are not supposed to be growing. Once the teeth are gone, they're gone. They don't grow back. Especially the telling teeth and the molars. It's amazing. You know what they say, health is wealth. Can you imagine anybody else with this set of conditions and open cavities, and my breath don't stink, they don't decay? It's, that's gone. Because the teeth are so bad in the condition, the orthodontist says that you cannot brush your teeth. You can't brush your teeth, you can't floss. That's severely bad. You might accidentally hit a nerve and open the nerve, and that happens. Oh God! You might so what? Throw yourself out. I wonder. The pain is unbearable. But I have not gone through any of that. Any of that. So I'm very, very grateful and thankful for that. Now, I know I had my Mr. Magoo. Oh, God. Give me a minute. Let me go get him. Oh. I'm glad you're doing it. Some of you are so silly. One person said, "Oh, Uncle Fernando, we know you. You just getting up so you can show us your slim figure and that tiny little waist." And I know I'm not. And I look like this since my high school and college days. I've always been slim, slender. With a cute little waist and a tiny little waist. And when I remember when I was at my worst with Emery, I had gained a lot of weight. When I was in Venice, I was like a butterball. A butterball, because is that Fernando? Really? But I was under a lot of stress. When I left the relationship, I came right back to how I used to look to be. And I know that man, and a lot of people in the community, oh damn, it seems like when Fernando left, he looked better. And that embarrassing. That's right. People knew. And he got worse. Oh, worse. And his teeth are also falling out. And not in a good way. Well, he should be about 73 years old by now. No, he's 18 years older than me. Now, let me see who's here so I can say hello. Okay. I am so joyful for you. Thank you, Bien Fit Boss. And Bonnie Tyler, greetings and damn, that went up real fast. Why have I heard that May 4th, 5th is supposed to be a powerful time? Well, I don't know. I'll have to check it out myself. Tyler, I feel for you. I'm 38 and had all my teeth pulled due to medication faulty. Oh yeah, it's terrible. Hey Sherman G, Portia Hart, J Dog, Amaris, Shalina. How you doing? Yeah, I know what you're saying. You know what someone said to me when they saw my mouth like that? They go, look, brother, you better lay down that pipe. I'm like, I am not a crackhead. I don't do meth. I don't go. He goes, those teeth are like, you gotta put down that pipe. Now I'm, oh my God, I don't do that. Yeah, it's crazy the what people think. Pisces Sun, Virgo Moon, Ascendant. Okay. Kayleen, April. Tell us more about the men and women. Who's that? The men and women. Hold on. The men and women sign in relationships. Updated version, i.e.g. Aries, man, etc. What makes them jealous, etc. That's only my original videos. That's only my original videos. To do update of that is to do another 500-600 videos. You know, that's too much. That's too much. Those videos of the signs that I did, and those that are available for purchase at VIMEO, you know, the compatibility and incompatibility of signs. When I did those, that was the template. There is no adding to it. There is no updating it. And I gave you the skeletal framework, and you can build on that. I mean, I could do a whole series about updates, but it'll take me years, and it'll be over 1,200 videos. Remember, you got 12 signs of the zodiac, men and women. That's 24 videos. And you have, you know, the Aries men part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, the Aries woman part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. It'll be at least over 2,000 videos. So that's why I don't do updates. No? It never ends. Because the human evolution never ends. Now, I would like to see more astrologers do what I do. I'm the only one in the United States, the only one that does this, you know. And I know it's a lot of work, and you know, no young astrologer is going to do that. They don't have the experience, and they might not have the discipline. I'm almost 60. I've been doing this my whole life. The astrologers that are coming up now, I don't know if they are too gung-ho to do these preliminaries. But if they do, they have my videos to look at as a template, and they can build from there. So far, there hasn't been any astrologers that has matched this. And that makes me a little sad because I don't want to be the only one in the country. I want to see more astrologers. Because the more astrologers there are in the human collective, the more advanced humanity becomes. Right? And you just don't have one perspective, but other perspective. And it's healthy. Just like this delicious whiskey with 7-Up. And again, whiskey is good for you if you do it in moderation because it takes out the phlegm. You have guys that have not heard me cough lately. You haven't heard me cough? You don't hear that, but that's what's doing it. But you do it in moderation. You know, whiskey and 7-Up. And of course, you got to get McCormick. I should be getting money from these people because I can give you a real good commercial, a good advertising. Let's go. The real Son of Man is in Jesus, Fernando. Kaylin, April, yeah, I know that. You're the best. Thank you, Kaylin. Like Hermit life. Later in life, no way in hell it takes a lifetime to learn to escape the wheel. You're less you lucky enough to come across a master magician to help you. But that's true. That's true. And so what you're saying basically is that you have to be initiated. If you're not initiated, then you will be stuck in the wheel of life and not be rescued out of it, and repeat the same karmic conditions from other lifetimes over like a hamster in a wheel. That's humanity. When you become an initiate, you jump off the wheel and start your own individual journey back to God. So, you're not far from the truth with that. The real Son of Man is the Lord and Savior. But if you believe that, then it is. Because God is everything and anything, and it's all in the relativity of how you see it and how you take it in your heart. Armando Ferreira. Uncle Fernando. I wonder, is there something essential for me to know having Virgo rising, Taurus sun, Capricorn moon placements, 90% earth signs on my chart? I have to look at your chart. I have to look at your chart. Just because you got Virgo, Taurus, and this, it doesn't give you the answer there. We have to look at the aspects, the degrees that they're in, the midpoints. It's a lot. It's a lot. Well, actually, it wasn't in my birth chart. Yeah, but what degrees? What are the degrees? What are the aspects? Remember, those are the details. Those are important details. You're not going to figure that out on your own if you're not an astrologer and if you're not trained. Lori B, glad to see you too. You gotta be careful what you read in those books. King of Kings, Lord of Lords. It's still a business. Don't forget that. Don't take at face value these books. And if you do, let me know the names of the authors and their publications so I can check them out for you. Not every book on astrology out there is written by an astrologer. And it's not authentic. Astrology today is a big business. And you got non-astrologers that want to get in on the bandwagon. You gotta be careful. The same thing with tarot card readers. Not all of them are authentic, well-trained, or even members of the occult to really know how to read these cards. But YouTube is flooded with them because there's money to be made. It has become, divination has become a big business. And also, there's a greater potential for fraud and unauthenticity as well. So you gotta use your discernment, your wisdom, to determine who's good and who's fraudulent. Who does it for the love of tarot and divination, or for the love of money or clout? Yeah, gotta be careful with that. But I believe that if you're dealing with someone who's truly genuine and authentic, your spirit will feel that. You're gonna know who the fake ones and who's the real ones. And the young readers and astrologers are not fake, they're just young. And it takes more to be an astrologer than just learn astrology. You have to know about sociology, you have to know about history, you have to know science, you have to know so many other branches. And that's not, and be an understanding of human experience. You also should be travel to different countries, different cities, to see how people live differently from you. Now, all that adds to becoming a great reader or a great astrologer. And your age, the older you are, the more proficient and the more seasoned you are. It just doesn't happen overnight. It has to be a lifetime career. And those that come and go don't take it seriously, and it's not a career for them. But me, I've been around since the 1980s. This has become my life's work. Because you gotta have somebody that's authentic and experienced. Grand cardinal cross is very powerful. Oh, of course, Halford. Very powerful. At least it's cheap. Now come pick me up, take me out of Australia. It's shit house here. Australia is the only place I have not been to. What is the best astrology book to purchase that includes numerology? Unfortunately, those books are no longer in print and they don't exist. I try to find them myself. And numerology and astrology are completely different. The numbers in numerology, even though we find them in the birth chart, are completely different than how astrologers use them. Completely different. The number 23 in numerology is not the same thing as 23 degrees, Pisces, or the moon. They are completely different. It's a whole different science than astrology and the numeric system. And if you're going to be a real astrologer or occultist in numerology, you have to know both. And that can take years. I studied medical astrology. I studied medical astrology for 7 years. I know all about it. I just don't talk about it. But I know all about it. The signs of the zodiac, what organs, what systems, all of it. The colors. It's a lot. I'm not going to overwhelm you with that, but yes, I am also a medical astrologer. I have been as a shaman for many, many years. I just don't talk about it. If you're going to be an astrologer, you got to learn it all. You got to learn it all. Every branch. Electionary astrology, horary astrology, divinatory astrology, transits, progressions. You have to learn all of it. It took me 25 years. 25 years to learn all the systems. Then you have love, gay astrology. You got female astrology. I think I did those videos of the women. The Libra woman 1, 2, 3, 4. Butch. There's a different categories of women of the sign of Libra. Can you imagine doing all of that for all 12 signs of women? I told you to buy the book by Judith Bennett, Sex Signs. It's a book strictly on female astrology. Now, I studied that, and I did my own videos. And that was a hell of a work. And she wasn't just an astrologer, she was also a psychologist. For this to work, you have to have other branches under your belt if you're really going to be effective as an astrologer. It's a lot. It's a lot. That's why I founded a school to teach it in a linear way. Yes, it is very complex, Helfers. It's very complex. Upper echelon, can you explain again why Placidus is more accurate than whole sign? Taurus women. The accuracy of Placidus, because Placidus is a mathematical system. You got the equal house system, you have trigonometry, you got Placidus, and there's another one, I forgot what it was. There's about 5 different mathematical classifications. And they're all accurate in their own right. It depends on what you're looking for. But for me, Placidus is more mathematically speaking, and if you understand mathematics, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. If you don't understand mathematics, you're not going to understand what I'm talking about. Okay. These are, oh, that's the lawnmower. These are mathematical calculations that have nothing to do with the interpretation of the stars, the planets, astrology, and the signs. It's just showing you how close in alignment in the stars and relative to the earth these bodies of water, bodies in space are. A 9-degree moon in trigonometry might be a 4-degree moon in Placidus. That's 5 degrees apart. I've used the other systems and it doesn't work for me. Oh, I said, you got this going on. And she goes, no, Uncle Fernando, no, that's not right. That's not right. So then it's okay. Let me switch the mathematical system and let me go to Placidus. And when I do the Placidus and I talk to her again, like, oh yes, you got it. Spot on. Yes. Okay, then that's the system to use. It depends, because the math is so complex. As I was growing up as a young astrologer, it was trial and error. What works better? The planets are not in the same degrees that they were 20, 30, 40 years ago. They change by seconds, by minutes. That over time is going to change the degrees and it's going to make a difference. You have to be aware of that. It's a lot. It's a lot. Do you know how much astrologers used to charge in the 80s? $2,000 to $3,000 just to prepare the chart, and $1,000 an hour for a consultation. Because it's work. We have computers and internet. You have to do it by hand, and one birth chart would take you 9 to 10 hours. It was work. So you have to charge that money because you're not paying for the quality, you're paying for the time that it takes to erect the chart. It can take hours. Hours. You got to calculate the planet. You got to calculate the sign. You got to calculate the house. And you got to find out which system will work. Equal house, trigonometry, Placidus. You gotta try them all to see what's best accurate, and then talk to the client to see if it matches their experience. Oh, thank God when computers came around. To calculate a birth chart by hand alone is a fortune. That's why astrology was not for the poor or the middle class. It was people with money, because they were the only one that could afford it. Today, astrology is available to everyone. Thank God that we don't have to sit down and do these calculations. But you still need to know them. You still need to know them. Yes, I can do it, man. I can do it. Explain the Antichrist. The Antichrist, believe it or not, it's not a person. It's not a demigod. It's a concept. Let that sink in now. It's a concept. Like Cain and Abel. We read that Cain, his brother, killed Abel. But the story of Cain and Abel means far more than that. These are mathematical and scientific principles put in the form of stories. Cain and Abel represent the polarity of the universe. And for one to exist, one has to die. That's the story of Cain and Abel. And there are many stories in the Bible that express those polarity of principles, but puts them like allegorical stories for the layman and for the uninitiated. So the Antichrist is a concept. Chew on them apples. Enki and Enlil, that's right. Or Enlil, or Enki and Enkidu, that's right. These are polarities. That one could be Enki, could be Abel, and Enkidu could be Cain in that culture, in the Sumerian. Now you got it. You got the idea. These are concepts. Cosmic concepts, astrological concepts, has nothing to do with Cain, Abel, Enki or Enlil and Enkidu as people. That's put there for the person who's uninitiated. It really is a good drink. Now, I love the thoughts and the questions. Proust, right? Faust. Remember Faust? Okay. Zeus and Poseidon. Don't forget that Zeus is Jupiter. And Poseidon is Neptune. Jupiter and Neptune are brothers. And so is Saturn. And so is Pluto. And their father is Uranus, which Saturn kills. Just like Cain and Abel, the same, and that begins the polarity of the movements of the planets. But who's going to know that, who has no education in science, no education about these planets even being in the sky? It has to be written, and I agree with the church on this, in a way where the layman can understand them and see them as fun allegorical stories. But the occultists knows better. That's why Zach Kiter is the duality of the nature of man and the universe. And the universe. David and Goliath. No, good doesn't win. You're right. Good is not supposed to win. You're supposed to be detached emotionally from good or evil. Or you are going to be forever in a spin of polarity. Like that hamster in the wheel. Once you realize that, that's what's meant when they say the truth shall set you free. This is the truth that will set you free. And you will no longer be imprisoned by this polarity. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Will I get some ice? We're living in a world of polarity, duality. And until you figure that out, you will always be in a physical prison and in a mental prison. Think about that. Think about that. Shoot. I'm running on 43 minutes. I wasn't expecting to have these conversations, but I love them. I have to do another video to jump into the power of thought, so it'll be a part 3. But this is all part of the discussion. This is all part of it. I love this because it stimulates discussion and thought. And that's really what I've always wanted. That's right, upper echelon. Satan is a concept. So great blackness, you're right. There is no such devil. But shifting towards God, you are also correct. Both of you are correct, but in different sides of the spectrum. There are no zodiac signs for men. Book recommendation to read on zodiac signs for men, it doesn't exist. That's right. Only the woman. by the late Judith Bennett, Sex Signs. A masterpiece! There can be no human female that will not agree with what they died in that book. Judith Bennett was a genius. Brilliant. That's why she died early. In the horrible plane crash in O'Hare Airport, killing everybody. She died on that flight. And the other astrologers and psychologists got together and they finished. When she died, she had finished, I believe, Scorpio. Sagittarius through Pisces was compiled and put together by the others. Fantastic work. I built on that. But there are no books or information about the psychology of men. Maybe you will be that astrologer that will be the first to write a book about the signs and astrology of men. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe that's what you may do. I don't know if I want to try to write a book on men astrology signs. Because I did the videos on men. I did. The videos were there. And that took me years. Because men don't show emotions and needs. And it's far more complex to read men. Not even gay men. There's only 1 or 2 books out there on gay men. And they're not good. They are not good. Gay men be like, oh no, that is not true. It's extremely complex. You really have to be a seasoned astrologer and have other branches in you and study to be able to do this. And you best believe that it will take you a lifetime to do, especially if you want to put it in text. But there's no books on male signs. The only thing that exists is the videos, and that's me. And I'm the only one in the country that has done this. But it does not exist in book form. Guys, please donate, please give. YouTube doesn't like to go over an hour, so we went over an hour, but this is good. This is good. Okay, guys. All right. I hope this was fun, and I hope it helped somebody.